If you love to cruise and have always wanted to experience more of a luxury brand, but you think it's out of reach, today we're going to tell you why it might not be as expensive as you think. Let's go. Hey everyone, John here from Bite Size Cruises. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, we are a travel agency. Our only goal here is to give you the best information possible about cruising so you can plan and go on an amazing cruise vacation. Right now I am sidelined for cruising. My dog had a little bit of an Achilles tear, so we're working on that, so I'm at home. And what I'm doing is I'm looking into some different things for people on luxury versus contemporary cruising. I think a lot of times people think, I'm going to go on Carnival, I'm going to go on Royal Caribbean, I'm going to go on Norwegian because it's way cheaper than going on a luxury cruise brand like Silversea, Oceania, Regent, any of the expensive brands, even Viking, Four Seasons, all of them. Today I'm going to show you why it might not be completely true, because maybe you're not looking at all of the different little sub items that you have to pay for. So let's get into that. We're going to start with looking at two different cruises here. I tried to pick similar itineraries, similar time of the year, so we're going pretty much apples to apples. Let's talk about the difference between contemporary and luxury. First, contemporary means that you are going on one of the big cruise brands like MSC, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, Carnival. Let's keep it in those for argument's sake here. I'm sure there are more that I am missing at the moment. There is then a step up from that, from a kind of premium brand, which would be your princess celebrity kind of brand-ish area. Then we go up another level and we look at luxury, where we're looking at Oceania, Silversea, Regent, and then we can go to ultra luxury like Four Seasons and different things like that. On that tier below too, we have Explorer Journeys, the MSC luxury brand. Most of the luxury and higher are going to be suites only, and you're going to find here that they sound like they're expensive, but maybe you're getting more than you think. On contemporary brands, you're going to see a lot of kids, obviously, lots of families. There's going to be larger ships that go to less kind of ideal places. Maybe if you are kind of a consummate traveler that really wants to get into the culture and maybe not just island hop to certain, of these islands that accept these large ships. A lot of times the contemporary brands, the ship can be the destination. You're going to have water slides. You're going to have Broadway shows, ice skating rinks, rock climbing walls. On the luxury brands, you're not. You're getting amazing service. You're getting maybe a small performance every night in a lounge, some dancing, elegant food and dining services, and just kind of like a more premium, nice experience. So if that's what you're looking for, let me tell you why it might not be out of reach. So I priced out two cruises. I priced out Independence of the Seas, a little bit of an older Royal Caribbean ship. I even went a little older to kind of illustrate the difference here. Doing a 9-day sailing to Canada, New England, that is stopping at 7 ports. And these are both stopping at the same ports, so it's your very similar ports of like Boston, Portland, Sydney, Halifax, all of those. The other one's going to go to Montreal as well. So we're putting you in a standard balcony on that one, just a balcony cabin with a drink package for 2, excursions, Wi-Fi for 2, flights from Chicago. I just picked Chicago because it's a big hub, and all of that. So let's get into it. Your standard cruise fare on Royal Caribbean would be $4,662.12 for a balcony cabin for 9 days. That's not bad, right? So that's where you look at it and you go, okay. And then if you look at any of the luxury brands, it's going to be starting over $10,000. So immediately you think, oh my God, this is completely out of reach. Let's take a step back and look at the other cruise line that I looked at, Oceania Vista. This is 2 days in an 11-day sailing, so it's slightly longer. It's going to take you to Montreal as well. You're in a suite, so you have concierge services and all of those fun things. All of your food and drinks are included. There's an onboard credit included. Your airport transfers are included. Your flights are included. All of your excursions are included. Your gratuities are included. Your Wi-Fi is included. So you add all of those into the little mix here, and your total cost on that side is $12,998. 11 days, not 9. So then we're gonna come back over to the other side. Let's add on all of those other things because you're going to add those on. If you're a standard kind of normal cruiser, you're gonna add the drinks package. It's $1,500 on the 9-day cruise. If you were going 11, it would be even more. It would be close to $2,000. Excursions, I did a very low number on excursions here. I just did like an average amount of like $100-ish per person. There are tons of excursions that are way more than that. Just kept it pretty basic here. $2,000 for excursions on a 9-day cruise, Canada, New England. It's pretty standard. Wi-Fi is going to be about $350 for one device. Each person, one device. Flights, again, I did Chicago and I'm doing apples to apples. So even though the Independence cruise is shorter, I'm still doing apples to apples. Flights, $1,100. And then gratuities, $360-ish for that. So now if you're thinking to yourself, well, what's the difference in the price between this luxury brand with all of those inclusions on an 11-day and this Independence of the Seas? For Independence, we're now at $10,000. So all in for this 9-day cruise, you're at $10,000. All in for that 11-day cruise, you're at $13,000. So a little bit of a difference there, but if we scaled that back, if that was a 9-day cruise on the Oceania Vista, you'd be around the same price. Or if you scaled up the Independence cruise to 11 days, it's about the same price. Now, these are completely different experiences, right? So you're not getting all the bells and whistles that you would get. You're not getting Grease, the musical, which is on Independence of the Seas, the ice skating shows, the promenade, all the fun things you could do there. However, you're getting way more luxury. You're getting your things included. Once you get on the ship, you're really not spending any money unless you go to the casino or unless you go to shops or doing something like that. So to me, it's an interesting kind of value proposition when you look at the two of these. And again, it depends on your demographic. If you prefer a little more of a quiet luxury experience, or if you want to have all the bells and whistles, I will choose bells and whistles every day. I am not a huge fan of the bigger crowds and all the kids. However, I like all of those. And the kids don't, kids and a lot of people don't bother me. Just all my druthers, if I had it my way and I could go on Royal Caribbean ship and it would feel like I was on one of these ultra luxury brands with no kids and everything, it would be amazing. But it doesn't bother me. It's just I would prefer it the other way. So if you look at something like Virgin, so you do have adult brands that you can consider as well that are slightly more all-inclusive, like Virgin and Viking. Viking's going to be very much more expensive. Virgin's going to be slightly more expensive, but you're getting more things included in your cruise fare. But here is the kind of real breakout between luxury and contemporary. I'm going to do this for a few more types of journeys like a Panama Canal and different things like that, just to give everybody an idea of what those things are. I'll do some more videos on it. If anyone's interested in the options of that, let me know, and I'm happy to chat with you about it. My email is jp@bitesizecruises.com. Let me know what you think. Would you prefer to go on a contemporary cruise with all the bells and whistles, or do you think about trying luxury all the time? You just think it's out of reach. Keep in mind, these are longer cruises. You could pick a shorter 5-7 day cruise and it's going to be drastically less money, under $10,000 on both sides. So keep that in mind. Again, let me know what your thoughts are. If you've ever done luxury, let me know what you thought of it. And if you want to do luxury, let me know down there too. It's good to see who's kind of looking at those things. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day and happy cruising.